Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Asia. If you're new here, today's video is going to be a sit down, get ready with me, chit chat, life update, me answering some questions you guys sent me in on Instagram a couple weeks ago. So yeah, if you guys just want to hang out, have girl time, grab you a glass of wine, maybe a tea, a coffee, whatever your preference is. We don't judge. Let's just get right to it so we're not here all day. I'm excited. You guys know I love me a good sit down video, and I just don't ever do them anymore because child, I be tired. But let's just get right into the video. Alright, so we're kind of like just winging it with today's video because my viewfinder is not working. I don't know if my computer needs to be updated or if like my viewfinder app needs to be updated, but anywho, we're just gonna make it do what it gotta do. So yeah, I'm literally gonna be doing my standard old makeup that I have been wearing the past couple of weeks in the vlogs because people have been asking about it. Don't do anything fancy or new, but you know, oh, not the hair clip getting stuck. The girlies be wanting to know like how you just get like that little natural soft glam. So I always struggle to do my hair clip on camera. Any other time though, it's perfect. Like, what is this bubble action at the top? I don't know. But anyways, I'm literally doing my makeup out of my makeup bag. If I have to go in my makeup drawers, I will. But I'm just going to be using anything that I've been packing for me to go away and just have a nice beat face, but not too much. First and foremost, like, why would there ever be a hair in my wine glass? Ew. First and foremost, cheers, besties. Cheers to being a mom of two. Child, the ghetto. I don't know what this is. It was in my house. I think my neighbor gifted it to me or something. I'm not quite sure. It'll do though, you know? Like at this point, beggars can't be choosy when you're just trying to get a little buzz going, you know? A little distraction. But anyways, let me pull up the Instagram questions really quickly. I know, I'm like the worst influencer ever because your girl is just not active on Instagram. I just can't do all these platforms. Like everyone's like, oh, you should do TikTok. I should. I know I should. TikTok will probably be done for by the time I actually start posting on. And you know what's crazy? Posting on TikTok is not even like hard because like the content part of it is actually really fun and easy and quick. I just don't feel like I do anything fun, you know what I'm saying? But I think we'll start doing like day in the life on TikTok with the funny voiceovers. Other than that though, I try like every time I go out with my friends and we do stuff, I record everything. Ask me if I ever edit it. The answer is obviously no. So I do try, but let's pull up the questions. I'm gonna just do a couple of these questions first, and I'm gonna dive into like things that I have in my notepad. My hair is like pissing me off. For primer, I'm not gonna use a primer. I'm gonna use that Bobbi Brown one kind of sort of as a primer. Also, sometimes I feel like when I don't use primer, like actual primer, I feel like my makeup kind of be like a little bit better. That's just my theory though. So the first question, I was actually from one of my girlfriends. She asked me what's the biggest change do I see myself as a mom of two now? Because if you're new here, I do have two children. Yes, I know I look 16. I'm not. The skin be skinning though, okay? I have a baby face, but I do have two kids. I have a 9-year-old daughter and I have a 2-year-old son. Yes, I know. We're not gonna talk about it. But anyway, so I feel like the biggest change I see in myself from having two kids, especially like now in comparison to like when I only had my daughter, is mostly that like, one, I can see life from like two different angles because I have a boy and a daughter. So I don't really see myself having kids in the future. I'm not gonna say never, but like I have one of each. I've done both journeys. Don't really see the point. I mean, I'm not against having kids. I would, but yeah. I'm gonna go on my foundation. I'm taking like the same usual stuff. I'll have everything linked down below if I don't say what I'm using, by the way. I just feel like the biggest change for me having the both of them is that I realized the difference in me as a parent, and that's mostly because obviously when I had my daughter, I was so much younger. I was a teenager. I was a child myself, whereas my son gets like this woman version of me, this like financially stable version of me. I just really noticed like those changes in myself realistically. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you guys about that, which is like really nice to see because I feel like even when it was just me and my daughter, like I feel like I was a good mom then. Like I've always been like a really nurturing, motherly person. But I think when I just reflect on like the things that I could easily do for both of them, or more so like my son, that I wasn't able to do with my daughter, I feel like that kind of resonates with me the most as a mother. And I feel like that happens with anybody, no matter what age you have a child at. It's just like, you know, you're different. Like once you have a child, well, one child, you have raised that person, you are now kind of, you know what to do, you know what you like, what you don't like. And when you have a second one, you're like more hip to it. But I think personally, like on a more personal level, is that I just been like more at peace with things. Like I feel like when I just had my daughter, like I let things break me very, very easily with her. I let things affect me. Excuse me. I let people's judgment get to me. I feel like I was a little bit more hard on myself when it was just me and my daughter, but now having 2 kids, I feel like I'm just like so chill. I'm just so easygoing. Like if it's not for me, it's not for me. I say this all the time in videos. Like I just do not stress about much. I just take life for what it is, and I just really now see like the little things in life having the both of them. Super blessed to have the both of them, obviously, with easygoing, like healthy pregnancies, good labors, good recovery, and all of that jazz. You know, I've had experience with the both of them where I feel like, you know, I was a little like traumatized, but looking back, I love them to pieces. That doesn't really answer your question, but it's just because the only change I really see in myself is who I am when I look in the mirror, not really like anything that's going on around me in the world. So like I could talk about what I see differently in the mirror all day long, but like for the most part, it's just the different versions that they got of me. It's not like saying like my daughter got shorted out of a good mother. She still had a really good mom, especially considering I was 18, 19 years old. But at the time, you know, like I wasn't financially stable or like financially contributing to my daughter until she was probably like almost 1 year old. So they just got different versions of me. But like that never stopped me from doing things with my daughter or providing things for her. And obviously things were way different in like 2014 also. But yeah, I just think I look at I just see the inner growth in myself and who I am and how I adapt to hurtful situations and trauma and stress and stuff like that. So like what would have broke me back then, now it like no longer phases me. So I hope that answers your question. I don't know. Is she buzzed already? Probably. But yeah, someone asked, do I have a boyfriend? I'm just gonna like quickly go over some of these questions just so y'all, the curiosity don't kill the cat, okay? Do I have a boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend. I've been dating. This is like the first time in my life where I've never had a boyfriend, which is crazy to me. I'm so used to having a partner, and I've always just hopped into relationships. Like break up, boom, 2 months later I'm in another relationship for 2 to 3 years. This is the first time that I have been actively single for a while. And it's different. It's not something I'm used to. I'm not used to dating someone for a couple months and then it not working out and then just going to talk to another person and then maybe that lasts for a couple months. It's definitely the first time I've done like big girl dating, and it's just been very different for me. So like a couple months ago, I think the last time you guys saw like in a vlog, I went on a date and everything. I went to go see this person. We dated for like, I want to say like 4 to 5 months almost. And then he just decided he wasn't ready for a relationship, which is fine. I was really appreciative that he told me that. He didn't waste my time, even though I did feel like, I'm an Aries, okay? I feel like he did waste 4 months of my life. But 4 months is better than a year, because even though I was only giving him 6, though, I told him that. I said, you only get 6 months out of me, and after that, if nothing comes out of this, deuces. But yeah, we dated for 4 months. He decided he wasn't ready for a relationship. That ended. And I never like actively seek men. I kind of just let it come to me. Unfortunately for me though, I meet all men on Instagram. And I guess that's because like I don't go out often. But also like, not that I'm like snobby. No, I don't know what it is. But like even when men come up to me in person, I'm like a very good judge of character. So like, I don't know, just even like the first initial thing you say to me, like to get my attention, I just be like, absolutely not. But like I have gotten to know people that I've met in person. It just never went anywhere. But yeah, I gotta stop meeting men off Instagram. Like it's just not working out for me. I give myself a lot of credit though, because I feel like the one thing with me about dating, I've never like dated somebody and it's just like they never genuinely wanted to get to know me. You know what I'm saying? Like I never feel used in a relationship. I never feel like someone just wants me for like my company or anything. Every time I date somebody, the one thing that every man has told me in my life, whether it was a serious relationship or a friendship or whatever, is they tell me that I have like one of the most pure souls they have ever come across. And it's always just something really nice to hear, obviously, because I feel like it says a lot about my character as a person. And you know, you hear it one time, you hear it two times, it's like, okay, cool, you're just saying that to be nice. You hear it multiple times, obviously it's true. So when I meet these people, whether or not their intentions are to like get to know me like long term or to like really care about my kids and really want to be in my life, they all end up like that. Don't ask me what I be doing, what I be saying, because it don't be nothing. I just really be myself. But I end up in these situations with these men that will never leave me alone, and I'm just like, and I get bored very easily, which is my thing, and I get the ick easy as hell. I've talked about this so many times. So when it comes to dating, right now I just been so focused on me and my children and my career that you do one thing wrong, babe. You wear the wrong shoes on a date, and I'd be like, never again, I'm never calling you ever again. But now that I have like freaking blended in my foundation for 24 hours, I want to try this thing that I saw on Instagram where the girl like applied like a whole crap ton of blush and then put concealer over it. Am I scared? Absolutely, but we're still gonna go for it. I'm gonna take this little Fenty Beauty cream blush. Matter of fact, I actually think I'm gonna take a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury one and then mix this one in as well. But yeah, I don't have a boyfriend right now. Still just casually dating a couple people, which is you know, it's fun. Like sometimes it's like my world is like, yeah, let's talk all day, and then the next day I'm like, I don't want to talk to you at all. And everyone is constantly like, you know, like, fly here, come here, let's do this, let's go on a date here, let me take you there. And I'm just like, I don't want to. Whereas before, I would have dropped everything I was doing to go like have a companion, and now I just don't give a crap, which is weird. Like, it's really different for me. I just been in my choosing me era, you know, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. That's something that like just came to me. Just not caring. I just know where I went wrong in all my past relationships, and right now I'm just not really interested in it, honestly. Like, if my husband came and he really put that effort in despite me being like this, then I would give in. But for right now, it's a no for me. So yeah, casual dating but no boyfriend. May the best man win. That's all I have to say. Someone asked me, would I ever start an event or a luxury party favorite business? You're really good at it. Thanks, girl. I've thought about it. The reason I haven't is because if I do, there's also so many of these businesses in Philly, and they're all like really good businesses. But I've never done it yet because I want to go about it in like this way possible in my head that I don't have the means to do right now. But I've talked to my mom about it because my mom also always helps me with like all the decor and stuff. Like, me and her are like the dream team. So in my mind, I want to, like, cause I know it's something that like relaxes me. It's something I really enjoy. It comes so easy to me, as you guys see, like on the holidays and on the kids' birthdays and stuff. Or even just like gift giving to my friends. But the way that I want to go about it, if I were to start that business, it's a little grand right now. So it has to wait. But you know, maybe in the future, like, I'm still young, never say never. I'm not opposed to it. If I get an investor, maybe, you never know. So funny. Sometimes my quick little witty lines crack me up, because is she serious or is she playing? You'll never know. A lot of people were asking me if I miss my ex. No, he's obviously my ex for a reason. Okay. Okay, we're back. Crazy enough, the whole camera just went black on us 2 seconds ago. That never happened to me. Like, it would not cut back on. I had to take apart the whole thing. Listen, if the lighting looks different, if the angle looks different, it doesn't. Ignore it. But I kind of lost my train of thought. But basically, now that I'm older, right, still felt the same way about the situation, but that never stopped my dad from trying to be a part of my life. It got on my nerves at one point, you know. I was like, okay, like, you're doing too much, like, you're not reading the room. But however, I did invite my family to come to Enzo's first birthday party, which was a big step for me. And I did it more so for my kids, not really me. And when I say that is because I didn't want my kids to not have something just because of how I felt. Like, I wasn't going to pour my trauma onto my kids. It was something that obviously came with just growth, right? Like maturity. So I invited them to his first birthday party. And when I tell you guys, my son was obsessed with my dad. Like, you would have thought that he knew my dad all his life, right? Like, he was with him the whole time. He wasn't crying. And Enzo is very finicky about who he likes, okay? And I was like, that's weird. So I let that be. And then he was kind of always asking me about my kids or whatever. And then they recently moved closer to me. So before, they lived all the way in Virginia. If you guys remember, I used to like go to school in Virginia. Everything is because I lived with my dad and my stepmom. You know what, actually, I'm gonna go in with the darker shade of this Hourglass concealer. That's because I like to like conceal first and then kind of brighten. But I'm not gonna use a lot. So once they moved closer, they had housewarming. And I'm telling you guys all this just to give you guys the backstory, but they had housewarming. I went to the housewarming again. My son was obsessed with my dad. Like, even my stepmom, she's like, do you show him pictures of your dad? And I was like, no. You would have thought so because of the way that Enzo was like so attached to my dad. Like, and even like he wouldn't go to like some of my uncles and stuff. Like, he only wanted my dad. So basically I ended up coming around more because I realized that that was something that was like a natural bond between my dad and my son that I was never going to get in between, you know. Like, again, no matter how I felt or whatever was done to me in the past, or just like if a situation, nothing was even done to me. I just feel like I'm more open to communicate, and my dad wasn't. But it's not that my dad doesn't want to, it's how my dad was raised. Like, I think that anybody that grew up in, like, I want to say like a more foreign culture, like Asian, or like even Hispanic, our parents are just like a little bit more, not rough, I don't know how to say it, especially like those of our parents that are like not even American, like first generation Americans. Like, my dad's family like came from Cambodia, like all my uncles and stuff, that I just know he didn't know how, right? And I was his first child. Like, of course, I was the learning child. You know how they always say like the oldest sibling is like the test sibling? Like, that's me. But yeah, I just never wanted to get in between it. And I saw how beautiful it was. And I just was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to get in between this. So I ended up going around them more often. And I ended up like telling everybody like kind of how I felt. And unloading my own trauma. But I think realistically the most important part for me was seeing how my dad and my stepmom were with my kids. It like healed my inner child a little bit, just because I realized that, you know, like, just because our relationships at the time are not amazing, it just doesn't have anything to do with like the next generation. You know, they always say people are better grandparents than they are parents. I've seen that time and time again, that I do definitely think that, you know, it might have took a couple years, it might have took even a decade, but like, we're here now to the point that like my dad will come get my son, they'll take my son for the weekend, they'll come and get Harper, they'll take both of them. Oh, you guys saw in the vlogs, I always am over there almost every weekend now. I just go sleep over there, and we just spend time together and we hang out and we joke. And, you know, like, sometimes we will occasionally like bring up the past, and I'll explain my side and he'll explain his side, and then we'll just move on, you know. And I just feel like sometimes, yeah, of course we do want to talk about things, and we have, but for the most part, I think that we kind of have a mutual understanding that because of the situation, and that I know how much they love my kids, that I'm okay with just kind of putting myself on the back burner, if that makes sense. Like, I'm kind of okay with just saying, you know what, forget how I felt, forget what was done to me. Let's just focus on right now, and where we could go differently with this. So yeah, really crazy to see though. It's been really nice to just kind of, again, heal my inner child. Really nice though to just see things be so different than literally how they were even a couple months ago, because this was not my life 6 months ago. It's also been really nice to just have the extra help with my kids. Before, I was super reliant on my mom, and that's it. I don't know who else I was about to say, but I was super reliant on my mom, like if I wanted to go out or if I just needed a break. But now having the option of my dad and my stepmom to help has just been like a world of a difference. And again, I'm just always over there too, so that's been fun. I go over there, I get spoiled, and it's just nice to just be in a different environment and stuff like that. So yeah, A lot of you guys did want to know about that, and I did want to talk about that as well. Someone said, how long have I been friends with Steph? And then someone also said, how long have you been best friends with your best friends? I met Stephanie through a mutual friend. Yeah, that's pretty much the story. I met Steph through a mutual friend. And yeah, we got introduced, and she was like, oh my gosh, I feel like you guys would be the best of friends. Girl, a lot of you, not me and Steph was together every day after that. And how long have you been best friends with your best friends? I've been best friends with Khalil for, I want to say, 8.5 going on 9 years now, because I met Kylo when Harper was like 6 months or so. So we're in there like somewhere. I've been friends with Stephanie for like 6 to 7 years. I want to say 7, like closer to 7 than 6. And then I've been friends with Jalen, I want to say like 5 years, maybe 6 though. But yeah, Jalen was friends with Stephanie and we got introduced, and then Kylo, we actually got introduced by mutual friends too. So clearly I just be stealing everybody friends, but like it is what it is at this point. But yeah, so I'm just gonna browse through the questions really quickly. But matter of fact, I saw this thing on TikTok, right? I always see these topics on TikTok. I'm like, ooh, I want to talk about that. Ooh, you see how the face is just coming together? Yeah, I'm actually not mad at that little blush trick. Like, that's super cute. I mean, I feel like I could have did it without doing that trick, but you know, it is what it is, right? I saw this post on Instagram, or TikTok, I'm sorry. And it basically was like, people are always so quick to say like, oh, I'm a single parent. But people don't take into consideration that there is a such thing as a single parent and then like a single co-parent. And I was like, you right about that. Ignore the bruise. I gave myself a B12 shot. Oh, I forgot to take my semaglutide today. I gotta do that when I go upstairs. But I was like, you right. Which one am I, right? So basically, just to debrief the TikTok, because I don't know if I saved it. I don't know what the heck I did with it. So basically, a single parent is someone that is a parent that does everything on their lonesome. Everything. Single parent. Like, they are the head parent. Their other parent is basically non-existent, right? And then a single co-parent is exactly what it sounds like. It's someone that co-parents, but they're single. And they were basically saying how they feel like people misconstrue the two and basically just assume like if you're single relationship wise that you're a single parent, when that's not the case, because you could be a single co-parent. And I was like, never really thought about that way. You're absolutely right though. And this is the reason I love listening to like those podcasts and stuff on TikTok, because you just get a different insight into things. So when I was looking at it, right, I was like, which one am I? I'm a little bit of both. And the reason I think I'm a little bit of both is because I obviously carry the load, okay? Like, I go to every doctor's appointment by myself with my 2 kids, emergency room, dentist appointments, school things, yada, yada, yada. But they do both help me financially. And when I say help me financially, I mean child support, aka take them into court, okay? I'm not scared of court. And even though helping me financially is a big help, right? It's kind of like, am I a single co-parent though? Because again, I do so much on my own. Don't I qualify as a single parent? Because like, you know, seeing your kid every so often, you're not really a parent. You're a babysitter. Like, let's really talk about it. Hold up. Let's really talk about it. If you're not seeing your kid, I want to say 50% of the month, you're a babysitter. You're an au pair. Like, let's be for real. So like, am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I a single parent? And like, what's the percentage ratios that make it different? I want to know. Because again, I feel like I fall into both tiers. I do everything on my own, but I do get help financially. And you know, both dads help me out, of course, when they see their kids. But do they see their kids as much as I see those kids? No, they don't. So what am I? Am I a single parent or am I a single co-parent? Again, I think on some days, some weekends, some weeks, some months, I'm a single co-parent. But I think sometimes I'm a single parent, you know, and I never thought about it like that until I saw this TikTok, and I was like, you freaking right. Ooh, thank God for the court system. Somebody asked me that before, like, do you believe in child support? Hell yeah, you gonna take care of these kids. Oh my gosh, like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna look up and say, why did I just put the powder on the brush? I don't know, knowing damn well I don't ever do that, but we're just gonna go with it at this point, because like, no going back, right? Yeah, take them baby dads to court, child. Don't ask me for advice. It's the blind leading the blind over here. But but whatever. Another question people always ask me, and I think, not that I think it's funny, but I just think, I'm like, damn, y'all think so low of me, right? Is where's my dog? If y'all watch the vlogs, I have a dog. His name is Puppy Boy, and he is a barker, child. There was no such thing as a vlog without my dog interrupting and freaking out and barking at the people walking by my house. Okay. Puppy Boy is basically Harper's dog, but Puppy Boy was never that fond of Harper. So Puppy Boy became my dog. And Puppy Boy only loved me and my little sister's dad. My little sister's dad is actually who named him Puppy Boy, because Puppy Boy is actually named Dash. Okay, cool, whatever. Why am I giving you the whole backstory? So that was Harper's dog. He liked her, but like if I was around, he didn't see nobody. But if my stepdad was around, he didn't see me. So we were his favorite people. And we were the people that like took care of him the most. Like we took him to the groomer, we took him to the stores, yada yada yada. You guys know he was a handful. Puppy Boy was a baby. And Puppy Boy was never trained. And Puppy Boy just, the older he got, it's like he got progressively worse. It was the most insane thing. Like, basically, once Enzo came about and he realized that shift, I don't know if he didn't like my son. My son didn't really like him at one point, but he started acting unhinged. And when I say unhinged, I mean, if I would put my son in a stroller and open the front door to take my son outside, my dog will dart out the house. And when I say dart out the house, y'all, I don't mean go stand on the front step. I mean full-fledgedly leave the neighborhood, like he didn't like living with me, okay? And, you know, it happened on a multitude of times, and it got to a point, y'all, I'm being just so candid, so honest. Is candid the right word? I don't know, just so honest with y'all. It got to a point where not only did I have to prioritize myself and my mental health and my sanity, I also had to prioritize my dog's health. I live in the city. Cars are constantly going by. So I did not want anything happening to my dog. And obviously I live in the inner city. If somebody sees your dog, they're taking your dog. Your prize reward could be $5,000. They're not giving your dog back to you. So whether the dog was microchipped, he had an air tag on him, they gonna take your dog. I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen people on the Facebook groups of my neighborhood basically pleading with people to return their dog, saying like how their dog was their person, okay? And they had this dog their whole entire life for 20 years. People still never gave them damn dogs back. And I was like, oh, somebody see my little my teacup Yorkie? I'm never getting that dog back. And I just was really scared that he was gonna get hit by a car one day, because he just would run. He was fast. He just would run. I couldn't catch him most times. He didn't listen to like his name. He didn't respond to treats. He would run up to big dogs. The dogs would be like trying to attack him. It was a lot. So basically I say this all to say that at one point I just had to really ask my stepdad, like, can you come take this dog? Like, he loves you. I know that you take care of him the same way I take care of him. I still see him often. But in order for me to just really put him first as a dog and his health, I could not have him here. However, when I move somewhere that's safer, that is more dog friendly, I do plan to get him back, because that's my dog, that's my baby. But I could not have my dog running out into the streets of Philadelphia and potentially being hospitalized. And like, I know someone whose dog got hit by a car and they died. Like, and it's just one of the most traumatizing things ever. I didn't want that for me, but also not for my daughter or even my son. So yeah, it was one of those hard decisions I had to make. It wasn't something that was like an easy decision, because at first it was like, hey, can you take him for 2 weeks just so I could get a break? Maybe we could train him. And then it kind of turned out that it was best for him to stay with my stepdad. So yeah, he lives with my stepdad now. But happy to report, Puppy Boy has a girlfriend, and Puppy Boy has 3 sons, three little chocolate blue-eyed Yorkies. Oh my God, so stinking cute. I wanted one so bad, but I was like, absolutely not. But yeah, it's just something I had to do it. But I laughed every time somebody asked me on a YouTube video, because I was like, do people think that I like sold my dog? Like, like do I look like that type of person? But yeah, I had to make that executive decision. But again, like I said, I do see him quite often, because my stepdad brings him to me so that I could take him to like get groomed and stuff. And then he ends up staying for like a week or two. The last time he was here, he was actually like really good, which is why nobody even noticed he was back. And I've talked about it in so many vlogs, and then I just don't include it because I don't feel like no one cares. And then obviously y'all care because y'all always asking about Puppy Boy. So yeah, that's the Puppy Boy update. No, I did not sell my dog and get rid of him. I just had to do what was best for him and myself. But moving forward in the future, when I live somewhere that is safe for him to be the little menace that he is, I will be getting my dog back because my stepdad loves him too. But he was like, you know, I know he's your dog. You're going to want him back eventually. But when I tell you my stepdad and that dog is thick as thieves, like seeing a grown man walk a Yorkie is like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like it's almost an equivalent of a grown man driving like a red convertible, like a 2-seater convertible. What? Like make it make sense, right? But yeah, other than that, like nothing really has been going on in my life other than dating, I guess. And like I said, just having fun. Excuse me, I'm gonna take the same bronzer and the crease because you know how I do. I need to do my lashes, but like, am I gonna do my lashes for a video? I don't know. I gotta do my lashes this weekend because I'm actually supposed to be going somewhere this weekend. He's talking about, are you excited? Do I look like I'm ever excited to see a man? The fuck? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, I just been living life. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I also, for the last couple weeks, I have just like I haven't even like talked to my friends or anything. Like nothing was wrong with me. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I need a mental break from everybody. And it's not that I don't want to be around people. Like obviously I love my friends and stuff. But I was like, you know what? I just really want to spend time by myself with my kids. The only issue with that is that I am a creature of habit to a T. And when I say that is that if I talk to you every day for 3 weeks straight and I don't talk to you for 12 hours, I'm hyperventilating, okay? Friends, mails, whatever the case is. But it goes the same way that if I don't talk to you for 3 weeks, I don't ever feel the need to talk to you ever again. And I'm kind of right now, and I'm just like, oh, Asia, don't do that to your friends. Because usually the group chat will be booming daily. Yet the group chat has not run in weeks. And I know it's more so, I know they probably talk because they always talk on the side. They're shady, Sigma. But I feel like they think they're giving me my space. And I've appreciated, like, I appreciate that my friends are so understanding of how I am as a person. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I haven't like took a break to myself for a really long time. And I feel like it just was long overdue. So I did that. And I just kind of went in my own little world doing me heavily with my kids, you know, like, and I'm not mad at it whatsoever. I feel like I'm so used to being reliant on other people that it feels nice to kind of just be solo for a little bit. But I do miss my friends. I probably owe them dinner. I probably need to go drive to Maryland to see Jalen. And these are all things I'm going to do. And like Kylo's birthday is this week. So his birthday's not today. It's not today. I was like, wait, what's today's date? But it is this week. I know that. So yeah, definitely just have been kind of focusing on me. And I just been prioritizing my peace. And you know, I'm just one of those people too. Like, after doing like the whole thing with like my dad, and I'm always in my dad's house now, I don't know how to cater to that many people's emotions, which is also why I struggle in relationships. I find it hard to balance so many people that I feel like kind of need me. And not that like my friends need me, but oh, that went in my mouth. Yuck. I do feel like I'm so used to being like this strong person for everybody and just being there for everybody that for once in my life I kind of just wanted to be there for myself. And again, like I said, going through the thing with my parents, like my dad and my stepmom, and mending that, it kind of made me shy away from my friends. And my friends are my friends, and again, they understand it. They probably track my phone every weekend and know I've been there, but I couldn't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but like I said, they're super understanding about that type of stuff. And you know, it'll go back to regular in a couple days, maybe a week. So we shall see. I've been really enjoying focusing my blush like up here rather than my cheekbones. And I realized it's because I have such a chubby, like no bone structure face that it makes my face look more defined. I've also been doing gua sha, and I also think I've lost like 8 pounds. So if you wanted to say, does my face look slimmer? It does. Don't question yourself. But yeah, that's kind of all that's really been going on with me. You know, honestly, I just been like juggling the kids, and Enzo's 2 now. We're in the Spider-Man phase. We're in the Hot Wheel phase, and Harper is in the skincare phase. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, where did my babies go? That I'm just always so depleted. Like, I'm just giving. I'm like, well, dear, what can somebody give to me, right? That's all that's really been going on. You know, it's just so crazy raising like a 9-year-old little girl and a 2-year-old little boy, because they're significantly different people. It's just so, oh my God, they love each other so much, you guys. Like when we go to pick up Harper from school, Enzo's smiling ear to ear. Like he'd be so excited to have his sister home. It's just the sweetest darn thing. But yeah, honestly, I just been doing that. I just been being a mom. Like I just been being me. I've been getting to know myself. I just now kind of know, like, going forward, you know, like I'm about to be 28 in a couple months. Like, what are the expectations I have for myself in life? You know, you guys see in the vlog, sometimes I'm very hard on myself about work. I'm like, do I want to continue doing YouTube? Do I want to open a business? Do I want to do X, Y, and Z? And you guys know I've been planning a move, and the moving is still on my agenda, but I had to be realistic with myself a month or 2 ago, and realize I cannot rush that type of process, because it's not just me. Like if it was just me as a single woman, yeah, up and leave the city that you know, right? And just start over somewhere else. But as a mother with 2 kids and a school age child, I had to realize I cannot do that to neither one of them, because I was going to be taking them from everybody in their life, all their family, my friends, and everything. We would be by ourselves. And I had to realize that wasn't fair to them to just be like, you know what, because I'm sick of it, that they had to also be sick of it. So I just had to have a talk with myself to take it slowly. So yeah, I'm still planning to move if you were curious about that. I'm hoping to move to like somewhere like Texas or like Arizona. I just feel like it's a really nice place to raise a family, and obviously the cost of living is normal, because I don't know, Philly thinks it's New York, and the way that these crime rates are set up, BFFR, like be so freaking for real. So knowing that, I'm just like, I had to be realistic, you know. And if it was me, okay, if it was just me and I didn't have kids, I'd have moved a long time ago. But again, I'd be taking my daughter from her dad. I'd be taking my kids from my mom and her husband. I'd be taking them now from my dad and my stepmom. I'd be taking them from my friends. Like, I would not be able to just drive to Jalen or even Khalil or catch a train. I had to really sit down and just talk about all those factors with myself. And yeah, of course, it's only a plane ride away wherever I move. But are my kids ready for that change? I might be ready for it. But are my kids ready for it? And, you know, I also realistically had to have a talk with myself. Am I realistically ready to be all by myself? Like, who's going to watch my kids if I want to just even go to Target by myself? So, yeah, I just figured I'd give myself a couple more months to kind of sort through those emotions and kind of figure out where I want to be. Because I plan to just go visit those cities as well. And kind of, you know, browse around, see what fits better for me and the kids, and then also just prepare them a little bit better mentally. So yeah, that's all. I mean, honestly, realistically, right? Sometimes you just have to really have those hard talks with yourself. Because like I said, if it was me, just me, I would have been freaking moved. I've been super into this whole makeup and mascara vibe. Even though I think it's because my eyelashes like are a little bit longer than they used to be. But I'm also not going to waste eyelashes for a video when I'm about to go take a shower and get back in the bed. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I just feel like it's been being me wholeheartedly. Like, just vibing and thriving. You know what I'm saying? I kind of think that's it for the makeup. Like, do I do anything else? You guys know I don't really do lips. She's a natural lip girly. I just like to look like the prettier version of me. But I feel like I've been good. Like I feel like I've been so at peace. You guys know that I recently have like went on a journey with like my faith and stuff. I've been reading my Bible. I've been going to church. So I definitely feel like I just kind of opened like a new chapter on myself, which is really nice to see. I feel like even though I may not be like 100% satisfied with my life right now, I've been super at peace at the same time, you know, like I just know like it's not my timing that things are working out on. There's a greater plan for everything. So yeah, it's just been really weird. It's just been like a new Asia has been like reborn, or not even reborn, like born essentially, where I just realistically have been taking the time to sit back, get to know myself as a mother, as a friend, as a daughter now, balancing all these people in my life, and just being really there in the moment, trying to figure out what to do with my career, how much to share, not being hard on myself, how to be a woman of God. Now my dad's calling me, like, I just cannot catch a break today, like she's popular, like what the heck. But yeah, it's been really nice to see. You guys know, as always, I've been so appreciative of just sharing my everyday journey with you guys. And as someone that came into this YouTube space doing like fashion videos, and those were kind of how I got a lot of my subscribers. And then like when those started to die down on my channel, they weren't getting a lot of viewers, I went into just chit-chatting with you guys like this, or even vlogging. And now I've been trying a lot of different types of content. I'm just so grateful for every single one of you guys. I truly, truly am. I know every YouTuber says it. It's just so crazy that like we build these communities just being ourselves, right? Like it's no words that we could ever say to show like our gratitude that we get on these cameras. And even though we're being transparent, we're being vulnerable and all this other stuff, to know that there's people that like, you know, when y'all come up to me like in the mall and I get to put a face to the name, and you guys are like, oh my gosh, like it made my day to see you. You guys don't know how much it makes my day to meet you guys, because it's just so crazy. Like to me, I'm just nobody. Like to me, I'm just this random regular girl, and I be in Zara looking a mess, right? Kikiing with my friends, talking shit, and then somebody comes to me, I'm like, oh shit. You know, like it's just really, really heartwarming. But you know, I'm not perfect, and I don't ever get on this platform and try to perceive is not the right word, to even act like I am. I get on here and I'm just super honest. Like I don't feel the need to lie to anyone about anything, because at the end of the day, we all mess up in life. Like, you know, there's things I've done in the past that I wasn't proud of, but I've overcame them. And, you know, no one that knew me back then can say I'm the same person now. So looking back at who I was even 2 years ago, 5 years ago, when I started YouTube, I just really am proud of my growth as a person, as a woman, and every other title that I carry, because I don't think that it's easy. When you have a tribe, I just feel like you put that self-work in to just really be a better person, and you know, you plant that seed that God has put in you, and you just wait for it to blossom into what it needs to be. So yeah, I just honestly, guys, I just been working on me, and I have been really taking the time to just reflect on so many things. And I just been forgiving people for things. I have just been distancing myself from people, and anything that doesn't make me happy, I have just been like, you know what, it is what it is. It's really crazy though, because I feel like even right now, like my voice is a little different. Like I'm just like super mellow these days. I don't know what it is though. Like I just feel so at peace. And it's like, you know, I feel like sometimes people, like when I start dating someone, they're like, oh my gosh, you have like this glow, you seem so happy. I don't even feel like a man provides me like a glow anymore. I feel like it's me. Like I just feel like some days I just feel so like powerful within myself, right? And yeah, like having 2 kids is not easy. Being a single mom, being a single co-parent, whatever you want to call it, is not being easy. But I get on here and I share these aspects of my life just because I feel like it's so important for people to be able to see themselves in someone else. Especially because I talk about this all the time. I feel like people, you know, they go to your Instagram and they're like, oh my gosh, like look at this person. Like it's not real life on Instagram, but like this YouTube right here, this is real life. Like this is real life, what you guys see in the vlogs and in the videos and stuff like that. Like I share me and my kids day in and day out. yeah, it's really crazy, honestly, guys, because I never thought I was gonna get here at this age, like to be 27, right? Like I thought maybe it would have took me a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm just going through like the rest of these questions, making sure I didn't miss like maybe something that was kind of along the lines of what we talked about today. The rest of them are kind of like regular questions that I'll probably just answer like in a vlog, like some of my favorite places to shop, my favorite perfumes, yada yada yada. But for the most part, I kind of think we like answered the important ones. But I swear, people just ask about my ex all day. Like, God forbid you date a famous person. Like, thank God I don't go public with my relationships anymore, because oh my freaking goodness. Yeah, I just been super open to changes and what's to come for me in life, and I'm just so grateful for you guys. I love my job. I really, really do. I may not be the most consistent person, but I love my job, y'all, like real bad. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end this video, because I don't want to talk your guys' head off, and then God forbid I get another call. Can't win them all, because apparently it's this thing where everybody decides to call me at one time. Like, it's kind of creepy. I kind of think everybody's in cahoots, but whatever. So yeah, let's just end the video there. If you guys are new here, do not forget to subscribe. You guys, the vibes are like great here. The vibes are immaculate. I am just sharing my life, okay? I be struggling. I be about to lose my mind, but I share my life. And if you guys are not new here, you guys know I love you guys. If you are, welcome to the family. Welcome to the little tribe here. Don't forget to like the video, comment, and all that fun stuff for all of you guys. I will see you guys in this week's weekly vlog. And I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna finish my glass of wine before I go be a mom again, because if you think I'm gonna let this wine go to waste, you got another thing coming. And by the way, if you guys were wondering, my shirt is from Garage. I got it like a month ago. She's so cute. Anything that's gray is for me. And I was gonna put on these little Bottega doopy doops, the little droopy doops. But it doesn't really go with the vibe of the shirt. But the shirt, right up my alley. So yeah, I will see you guys on Sunday.